Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving into something that, well, on the surface seems pretty straightforward, a real estate listing. But our mission here isn't just, listing the features. We want to really uncover those specific bits of info, the insights that show you the true character and the value of a property, and what it all really means if you're looking for a home. We'll look at how every little detail adds up.
Exactly. And by sort of dissecting this one listing, we can learn how to read between the lines, not just here, but lots of descriptions. It's about getting past the what to the why and maybe the so what for your life, your decisions. Looking for those signals?
Okay, let's get into it. The source material we've got. Let's unpack the basic facts first. We're looking at 2514 NW Ivy Way in Redmond, Oregon. Single-level home, 3 beds, 2 baths, and 1,574 square feet. Open concept living space. Pretty standard stuff so far, but here's where it gets interesting, I think. The listing really highlights it was built in 2020. Now, my first reaction is, okay, great, newer build, less hassle. But is it really that simple? Like, what's the deeper meaning here for someone thinking about a newer home, especially in a place like Redmond?
That's a really good starting point because newer construction, it's more than just like fresh paint. The listing connects it directly to low maintenance living, right? Peace of mind, more time to enjoy Central Oregon.
Think deeper.
But think deeper. It implies modern building codes, often means better energy efficiency, lower utility bills maybe,
Yeah.
up-to-date systems, plumbing, electrical, HVAC. That's the upside.
Okay, so real practical benefits.
Definitely. But there can be trade-offs too. Sometimes newer homes mean smaller lots compared to older ones. Or maybe the neighborhood has a more uniform look. So for you, the buyer, it's about weighing that convenience and efficiency against maybe like the character or yard space an older home might offer.
Gotcha. So it's not just a number, 2020. It's a whole package deal, a lifestyle promise with its own characteristics. Okay, let's move inside. The listing talks about an inviting layout ideal for both everyday living and entertaining. Spacious living, dining areas, they flow seamlessly. We hear open concept and flow all the time, but what does that actually mean for someone living there day to day, beyond just sounding nice in the ad?
Well, connecting it back, that open flow really speaks to how people often want to live today. It encourages being together, makes hosting easier, right? You're not stuck in a separate kitchen.
Yeah.
Or you can keep an eye on kids while you're cooking, that sort of thing. You feel more connected. And usually it makes the space feel brighter, lets natural light move through, can make that 1,574 square feet feel, well, bigger.
Makes sense.
The flip side sometimes can be defining separate zones or finding a truly quiet spot if everyone's home. It's a definite lifestyle choice.
Okay. And the kitchen sounds like a real standout feature here. Granite countertops, lots of cabinets, breakfast bar, stainless steel appliances. And hey, the refrigerator is included. It calls it a bonus. Honestly, moving a fridge is like the worst part of moving for me. Is that just me, or is this little detail actually kind of a big deal for buyers?
Oh, it's definitely not just you. I mean, it might seem small, but think about it. Including the fridge. That's one less immediate expense, one less logistical headache for you. It's a practical perk for sure, but it also sort of subtly boosts that move-in ready feeling.
Right, like they've thought about the buyer's experience.
Exactly. Or maybe it just signals they're keen to make the deal smooth. In some places, appliances don't always stay, so yeah, it can be a nice little differentiator, a convenience factor.
Good point. Then there's the primary suite, described as your retreat. Dual vanities, separate shower, oversized walk-in closet. Nice touches. Plus, AC for summer, gas fireplace for winter. They're really painting a picture of year-round comfort, aren't they?
They are. It's focusing on those personal comfort elements, suggesting a certain quality of life within the home itself.
Okay, so we've got the inside comfort and flow. But what about outside? The listing mentions a finished 2-car garage, clean concrete driveway, standard stuff. But then a fully landscaped backyard oasis. That sounds nice. Pergola-covered patio, lush grass, and low-maintenance beauty. Front yard's landscaped too. How does this kind of outdoor description boost the appeal more than just, it has a yard?
Oasis is a strong word, isn't it? It suggests more than just grass. It implies a ready-made escape, an extension of your living space. And that phrase, low-maintenance beauty, that's key, especially for the target audience likely interested in Central Oregon. If you want to be out hiking or skiing or whatever, you probably don't want to spend every Saturday mowing and weeding.
Good point. Less work, more play.
Exactly. This tells you the hard landscaping work is already done.
Yeah.
You get the benefit, that nice patio, the green space, without the initial heavy lifting. It's selling you back your leisure time.
Makes sense. And then, of course, location. Always key. It's in the desirable Maple Meadows community. Offers nearby green spaces, walking trails, access to the Dry Canyon Trail system, plus just minutes from downtown Redmond, but also a quiet neighborhood. And they mention unbeatable value and location. What does that whole package imply for your daily life there?
Yeah, that section is really dense with lifestyle cues. Desirable community, trails nearby that suggest community feel, outdoor activity options right there. Big draw in Redmond. Being minutes from downtown gives you convenience. Restaurant, shops, services, easy access. But then they balance it with quiet neighborhood. So it's painting a picture of balance.
The best of both worlds, kinda.
That seems to be the pitch. Access to amenities, but you can retreat to peace and quiet. Easy access to nature. It implies a certain quality of life, blending convenience with that active, outdoorsy Central Oregon vibe.
Okay, one more really interesting piece from the source material. It says the sellers are relocating out of state and are motivated to make a deal. They're ready to work with you. That feels pretty upfront. What's the real significance of them telling you, the buyer, that they're motivated?
Oh, that's a huge piece of information for you. Really crucial insight. When sellers flat out say they're motivated, it's basically an invitation to negotiate. It doesn't automatically mean they'll take any lowball offer, of course not. But it strongly suggests they have a deadline, a reason to sell relatively quickly. They might be more flexible.
Flexible on price or other things.
To be price, yeah. Or maybe terms, like a quicker closing date might be attractive to them. Maybe they'd be more willing to negotiate on minor repairs found during inspection, or things like that. It frames the whole situation as an opportunity for you, the buyer, to potentially get a more favorable deal.
And that call to action at the end, let's work together and get this incredible home SLD.
Right. It reinforces that message. They want to collaborate. They want to get it done. It signals they're serious about selling, likely not just testing the market.
Good to know. And just for anyone listening who might be interested, the contact info given is Ken Mucha with Team Birtola High Desert Realty. Phone is 541-948-0494, or, of course, contact your own realtor. So wrapping this up, we've really dug into this one listing, pulled out specific things like that oversized walk-in closet or the pergola-covered patio. But more importantly, we've tried to connect those dots. What do these features actually mean for you, the potential homeowner living there?
Yeah, we've seen how even what looks like a simple description has layers, right? From the very practical stuff, like what newer construction implies day to day, to the lifestyle promises of nearby green spaces. And even those strategic hints, like the seller being motivated. It's all in there if you look closely.
Absolutely. And